As some familiar faces pass by, we continue to delve deep into the mystery of Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Margarita in hand, I am ready to go. Let's see what happens here. I think we're going into Chapter 14, Join Me in Paradise. Paradise, obviously, being this idea of Libertalia, created by Henry Avery and the 11 other very rich pirates. We have more or less found Libertalia at this point. Basically an island just off the coast, a fairly remote and private island, of course. One sort of uncharted off the map, uncharted, no pun intended. But because we have found Libertalia, that also means that Rafe and his lovely henchmen have also found Libertalia. They will be hot on our trail. I'm still waiting for things to get really intense, and I don't doubt that they will. Uncharted always gets really difficult in some of the latter levels, so I expect to see some of that coming up here. This is already 14. I can't believe it. I feel like I'm ripping through it. Let's see what happens.
I mean, I'm speechless. Holy goddamn shit, Nathan.
That's your idea of speechless?
God, how long do you think it took them to build this place?
Years. Decades, even. How the hell did they keep it a secret all that time?
It's just this place. I mean, even without the treasure, this is quite the find.
If only Alcazar saw it that way.
You just can't let us enjoy this, can you?
I'm enjoying it. But we have a goal here, remember?
Trust me, I know about the goal.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then.
So this is it, basically an ancient city in ruins. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's probably some treasure hidden. This feels kind of like an open world type area with lots of different places to explore, lots of sort of dilapidated buildings and structures. As we pick up a new journal entry. There it is, Libertalia. And that building, I noticed it in the distance there. That seems to be a goal of ours to reach, or the goal of ours to reach right now. I think that'll kind of bring us into the next scene, if you will. He has it in this new journal entry listed as treasury, ? So, interesting note. Again, we're looking sort of for anything that jumps off the screen, anything that's flashing. Obviously representative of treasure. Nothing but bug-infested forest. And I mean actually bug-infested forest. There was a massive swarm of black bugs there. I feel like I'm in some like hidden jungle cartel village rather in like Mexico or Colombia. Like it just, I feel like I shouldn't be here. We have another optional convo just up here. Whoa. Some parts of this place look like they've been basically untouched for centuries.
Not a bad view.
Hey. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
What were they doing here?
What, the colonists?
Yeah. I mean, you throw your lot in with these infamous outlaws, and then what?
You know, Take a load off. Find some refuge. Enjoy a little grog. It's far worse fates.
I guess. Except you have to see Avery's statue every day. Hey, you ever wonder, like, with different choices, how we might have ended up?
I mean, like you taking your magic show on the road?
No, that was an option. I was
It
good.
was not a viable option.
What? You know what? You're just jealous. You always were. Well, my mug's run dry.
Yeah, I was about to say, service here is lousy.
So pretty cool optional conversation where I had sort of some choice in the dialogue and how the course of the dialogue ran. That being said, you know, I mentioned Rafe is likely hot on our tail here, and I don't want to waste too much time just sitting down talking. There are things that we need to focus on accomplishing here.
Looks like we found the local watering hole.
Pirates will be pirates. Rough place. Broken tables, broken glasses.
Pirates will be pirates.
There's a set of stairs I wanted to go up just over here, just above the bar that we found. The tavern, whatever you want to call it. This just brings us up to a second level, a little bedroom. Still no sign of treasure. Oh, here's something. Just a really old bottle, I guess. Filled with some sort of magical substance. I'm just expecting Rafe's men, Nadine's men, to come barging in at any moment. Like, it's been in the back of my mind since we started. And I think I have reason to be expecting it.
Horse bones.
They're still tied up. Like they were abandoned. Why?
Don't know. Maybe people left in a hurry.
Or they were taken away.
Something isn't kosher here.
Something is not kosher. I also made mention of things looking untouched, like there was life 1 second in this village and then the next there wasn't. Sam says, so what do you think happened here?
What do you mean?
You know, all good things must come to an end, right? I mean, I joke about cursed pirate treasure, but after hearing all your stories...
Well, the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. Usually.
There's still at least one structure that I can explore here. I came from that direction. There's a couple of structures on this side of the street, if you will, that are worth checking out, I think. I don't think we can get in over there.
Hey, Sam, check it out. Blacksmith forge. Making some cutlasses here.
Avast, you dirty dog!
Nice.
I was doing the...
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
I was doing the thing.
Right, right. You're a horrible pirate.
Lots of optional scenes and optional dialogue.
You suppose they traded with other colonies?
If they did, they didn't do it on this island. Otherwise, word would have gotten out about the place.
Good point.
You just kind of get to hear what Sam and Nate are thinking out loud. And also, honestly, this whole experience between Nate and Sam, I mean, what better way to catch up after 15 years of thinking your brother is dead? What a great bonding experience after tragically missing that amount of time together. So it's kind of cool to see them actually get the opportunity to kind of bro out for a little bit, except now he's cornered me. So now he's just trying to play games like a dick brother.
Hey, Sam, check it out. It's like a pirate code of conduct.
The whole point of this place was not having rules.
Even pirate ships had their own rules.
Can you imagine this place back in its heyday? The shops open, crusty old pirates hanging around, and smell of rum.
The ceaseless sound of squawking parrots in the air.
People living their lives, far away from the reach of the authorities.
Article 5. He who deserts Libertalia in time of battle shall be punished by death. So it's a piece of the Pirate Code of Conduct, in particular Article 5 of this Pirate Code of Conduct for residents and colonists of Libertalia. I guess there were no outsiders, really, so they lived a life entirely of seclusion with only each other. Would have been weird. It's almost a bit like a cult. It almost has like a cult-like feel to it. I think we're heading this way. Sam was just over here.
Hey, looks like there's a path or something through there.
Where did Sam go? Oh, I can climb up this. No? No, never mind.
This is amazing and all, but how do you suppose we get to that big building with the tower?
I thought that you mean the Treasury.
I wouldn't jump to that conclusion just yet.
I'm gonna call it the Treasury. You gotta will these things into existence.
Okay, fine. How do we get to the Treasury?
No idea.
You're impossible.
Sorry.
Treasury as in, you know, these two have reason to believe that that particular building is the one where this $400 million fortune may exist, and it is Drake's fortune all over again. Lol. So this is a new direction. Don't think I've been over here. Still nothing popping out to me.
Captain Avery. Was wondering when you'd turn up.
We're close to the quote-unquote treasury, or getting closer now. There's a statue of Avery sort of in the center, so you can imagine that this would be probably about the center of the village It's not really much of a city, is it? So we got our first treasure of the level. Probably missed a few since the last treasure I got. Oh, okay, only one. Not bad. Is that true? It is. I've seen lots of musical instruments and lots of alcohol throughout this little village so far, so it's safe to say they had pastimes like anybody else. Music and drinking. Sounds like a dope Friday night. We've got some
Look at this. There were families here.
children's
Yeah,
toys.
so where the hell did everyone go? I mean, were they all raptured or something?
You know, not just pirates lived here. Pirates built this hidden paradise, if you will. But this is a good sign that, you know, it wasn't only pirates that lived here. You know, they were the ones that largely funded it and brought it to fruition. But at the end of the day, there were families and normal people living here. Apparently. Kids included, as we see a doll and some playing blocks. Weird. I'm sure all will be revealed to us at some point. Hopefully, a more long-winded explanation for everything. I feel a long cutscene coming up. Okay, next. Basically, we're door-to-door salesmen right now. Knock, knock. Anybody home? Guess not, huh? Oh, lovely. What are these things called again? It's not a guillotine, is it? Hella creepy. This was for, like, public shaming. This little device here.
Hey, Nathan, check it out. I would totally get a picture of myself in this thing. If we had a camera, that is.
Well, hey, I can sketch in my journal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty accurate representation of Sam, if I do say so myself. Nice drawings, Nate. Smoking a cigarette. Yeah, about right. He got the face structure bang on there. I think that's what this particular device that he is in would be more of a guillotine. No? To chop the head off. Whereas this one is more for, like, to just hold them in place and publicly humiliate them and throw rocks and stuff at them. My descriptions of these things could be wrong. My name's everything that I just said for the last minute is probably not factual, but that's my best guess.
I saw a few of them when I was coming to find you.
Who's marking these places? Is that another sigil?
No, not that I know of.
Maybe invaders? I mean, I'm sure these guys had plenty of enemies out there.
That's a good point.
Interesting. So maybe this place got attacked once. We have another journal entry here. Maybe there's some truth to the whole parrot thing. What is this symbol? This symbol is sort of etched into the base of Avery's statue here in the center square. Yeah, my knowledge of ancient torture devices is not up to par, but seeing these devices around, they obviously practice similar judicial law to the real world. That is, maybe there was law. There were definitely rulers. That's representative that there was some sort of ruling here, at the very least. This is cool, just going through some of these places and exploring the history of this Libertalia is really cool. All the while Rafe's men are sniffing up my behind, but... Nothing to really see here. I know it seems like I'm sort of running back and forth through the same places, but this is just how I explore to make sure I cover everything and don't jump into a scene too quick. This is some sort of a lock. The fact that they had such a locking device here, that seems like a pretty modern sort of locking device. So clearly they did have some, you know, modern innovations. They weren't really set back from the real world here. I mean, they had a hell of a lot of money. This famed $400 million treasure. If that ain't enough to build a nice, small villa in the woods, I don't know what is. Here are the... the jail cells. So this is like the town jail. How do I get in there? There we go. I was gonna say I should be able to duck through that hole. Another treasure for the level. Another unique location of Libertalia explored. Oh, that's just another way in. Yeah, holy moly, what a place.
This way. Follow me.
There's a tunnel through there.
Hey, Sam, come here. This looks promising.
Right behind you. Oh. Hey, guess we're not going back that way.
I thought maybe I had gotten separated from Sam there. We're still together, but the entrance to this little tunnel closed off behind us. So there's really no going back now. We shouldn't have any other threats out there other than Rafe's men from what we know, but we've seen Uncharted get pretty weird
like
with
a
enemies in the
hideout or
past.
Yeah, but who would they be hiding out from? Themselves?
Look at this. Looks like the layout of the commercial district.
And boom, there's our treasury right there. See? There's the tower.
What were these guys up to?
Interesting. There's definitely more to this place than what meets the eye. And hopefully that more is the $400 million treasure hidden away somewhere here. Again, at the very least, I mean, that's what we're ultimately here for, but I feel like there's even more than that to this place. I feel like there's probably some rich and potentially dark history to this place. There's a reason why people stopped looking for the treasure. The only reason we're still pursuing it is because, you know, we're nuts enough to, and we sort of have to at this point. Otherwise, I don't really know that we would have. Bit of a fork in the road here.
Modest little church. That's our way out of here.
This was the other way in the fork, and it leads to, look at that, already our third treasure. It's funny because the last couple levels there where we were doing a lot of like we were outside on the beaches and doing a lot of sort of just traversing the landscape with our grappling hook. Couldn't really find anything. There was a large portion. We were kind of exploring the exterior of that first island with all of those arrows. Couldn't find anything. I mean, if you look up here, I found like 3 in a row, and then found nothing for basically the whole last chapter except the spyglass, I think. And now I've already found 3 in this chapter. It's weird how, you know, sometimes I have no issues finding them with how I go about exploring. I try to explore as much as possible, and then other times I think I'm exploring as much as possible all the same, and I don't come up with as much. Weird. Again, though, it's not what I'm going for here. I'm not going for a collection of all the treasures. Really, I'm solely sort of going for just a story playthrough here. So I guess we're going down? That's interesting because... Can we not go up here at all? I guess we can't go up here. There's nowhere to really get up. Alright. Sorry, Nate.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so obviously I've got to try and grasp a hold of something there, something. Let's try that again.
Okay, there we go. I see some light down below. Holy shit. Hey! I found more of the colony.
Okay, oh no, Nadine's men are here. I gotta swing over here ASAP before they catch me. So instead of dropping down below there, you had to just lower yourself down on the rope. Otherwise you just slide down and meet an untimely death. Sam is gonna likely be right behind me here, but now obviously we have a bunch of mercenaries, mercs to take care of. Lovely.
Shh, shh. Look. Oh, hell. What? Shoreline.
Got something
I don't
over
think
there.
they've seen us yet.
Put your backside.
Just keep it that way. All right. Keep your head down.
Just about tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
They heard Sam kind of land behind me. That's why they're sort of on guard now, but I should be able to cover myself in this tall bush. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we haven't really faced much resistance lately. And there's more guys up that way, so obviously they have now closed in on Libertalia as well. Bad news. It's basically a race to this so-called treasury at this point. If they are aware that's where the supposed funds are as well. I really need to try to do this as stealthily as possible, but that is going to be nearly impossible given such a high volume of resistance, but let's see what we can do.
Wait. No way I imagined that.
Oh shoot, he said no way I imagine that. Uh-oh. Oh, he gave up on it. We might actually be able to get through this silently. I recently started playing Thief on my Xbox One, and it's a stealth-based game, so I think it might be rubbing off on me a little bit here. Unless Sam gives me away first, which seems to likely be the case. Oh no, they're on to us.
Over here. You? Negative. Going over this way. Yeah, okay.
Shit. What was that?
Ooh, he was a bit of a dummy. Saw me and tried to come out and around the door to see what was on the other side of the window. Instead of just peeking through the window, he would have saw me right away and could open fire, but I was able to get around him, and another neck bites the dust. They're definitely like, something's a little fishy here. I don't believe there's anybody behind me, so I don't think I have anything to worry about that way. Oh, shoot. Stop moving, Sam. God damn.
Where'd you go?
Oh, damn it. Oh, man. I thought I had a pretty good run there. Okay, we're starting from here. Not bad. At this point, I've already got a couple stealth kills under my belt. I gotta take care of another 2 or 3 guys stealthily here, so I've gotta really pick carefully.
Hey, to your right.
Unless I just open fire from here, this might be a good position to take a few of them out because they'll all have to come towards me. I made it through the onslaught. I feel like I just beat a freaking level of Nazi zombies. Like round 6 complete. Hit the mystery box and reload, and let's figure our crap out here. I had guys with grenade launchers apparently coming after me. As I can see, a dead body's got one right here. They sent an armored dude with a shotgun. That's what I mean. I have a feeling things are going to get really intense here with what we're up against fairly quickly, but I feel like now that we've cleared them all out and there's no more around, and I'm sure of that, this just gives us some time to sort of relax and continue to explore at a more leisurely pace here. When they're all over the place and you're trying to solely sneak past them without taking too many of them out, it doesn't really leave you a lot of room to explore safely anyways. It said it was going to give me a hint and then apparently lied. Okay, never mind. No, we got to go up here apparently. That's ultimately where we need to get to. I don't see too much more. That's another like cool collectible gun. No, I don't see too much more happening, and I really don't want to stick around here too long, especially now that we have created a little bit of a disturbance in the area. We gotta get up there somehow. How are we gonna do that? Yeah, I'm not too sure how they want us to get up there. Where there's a will, folks, there's a way. And I just proved it. We now have visual proof.
Shoreliners. Boy was right. Nicker, last time we had a proper payday.
Damn, and now they're pulling those big lasers out. Once one of those lasers is pointing you down, you only have a matter of a couple of seconds to react. Otherwise, it's basically a one-shot kill against you, although playing on light difficulty might be a little bit different. We need to stay out of the line of sight of that laser. Press L2, sorry, hold L2 and press L3 to mark enemies. Okay. Okay, this is something I did not realize was possible, and this is very helpful because it'll map and track the movements of enemies whom you've already spotted and targeted. So I've just marked these two snipers, so now anywhere they go and wherever they are, they'll always be visible to me. I like games that include that sort of mark enemy option or tag enemy option as a feature. I think it's extremely helpful, and I think it should continue. Man, margaritas are good. Anyways. Should I snipe them back? Should I just try to avoid them? We might be able to get around them without too much of a fight, although that's going to be quite difficult because there's other mercenaries over here. Alright, we'll have to take them out. Here goes nothing.
I spotted him behind the crate.
See any more? Or are we clear?
I think we're clear.
You all right?
Yeah, just a little winded.
Okay, so we came from back this direction. This is actually a much larger village or city than I initially anticipated. I mean, we are still working through the thick sort of residential districts of it, if you will. Remember that map that we saw back there was a map of the commercial district. I don't even know if we've reached the commercial district yet. Maybe that was that first little district with that square and statue of Henry Avery. That might have been the commercial district. But this is all still really residential, still just kind of going through a lot of different houses and stuff like that. This is like a tall sort of tower almost with a ladder that goes all the way up. Oh, shoot. I went all the way to the top. I just wanted to go all the way to the bottom and see if there was anything. Looks like Sam was already down here exploring. So, Sam, my friend, you can go back up. Nope, he's going to let me go around him. At least the AI is smart enough to do that. So we can go down here. This is a new area. They were basically living a pretty normal life by Western standards anyways here in this village. It has everything. I mean, we saw the jail. We've seen residential and commercial districts. Quite an incredible feat for a bunch of infamous pirates to come together and create something like this. Another entry to the journal here, but instead of one of Nate's honestly Picasso-like sketches, it's another note. Franklin, forgive me. I dared not speak of this in the presence of our families last night. I did not want to distress them. I have not seen my cousin Jack for several days, and I hoped you might know his whereabouts. I have already been to the jail to check the stockades and cells. It wouldn't be the first time he was detained there, but I only saw the usual gathering of drunkards. Something has surely happened to him, but no one dares speak of it. I must be forthright. I fear it is related to the meetings you both attend neath the church every half moon. They are an open secret, and if I know of them, it is certain the founders know of them as well. If you have heard anything, I implore you, please tell me, Matthew. So Matthew is writing to some guy named Franklin about his cousin Jack, who hasn't been seen in this village of Libertalia for multiple days. This is a very old letter, obviously, from when people were actually living here. Very normal sort of English names: Franklin, Jack, Matthew. Interesting that they went by these names, but the pirates themselves were likely of prominent backgrounds. And Franklin, sorry, I was just trying to take a second to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Franklin is saying that potentially Jack's disappearance could have to do with, and I quote, related to the meetings you both attend beneath the church every half moon. We came across this large church-like structure. So potentially there were these strange meetings, potentially cults or potentially, I don't know, satanic, or there's an inappropriate nature implied with these meetings mentioned in this letter. They see they're an open secret, and if I know of them, it is certain the founders, so the pirates, these 12 pirates obviously would have disproved of such meetings, again implying that the meetings had sort of an inappropriate nature to them, according to the founders anyways. So I'm saying they could have been like satanic or something like that. There's something off about everything that's going on here, so that's why I'm just kind of going outside of the box a little bit with my predictions here. But this is a very interesting letter to discover nonetheless. All the collectibles so far, especially these written letters that we've come across, they've all been really interesting and provided really good backstory to the level that you're actually going through right now, and this is much of the same here. So So maybe he was attending these meetings, and I guess the letter is also implying that the founders could have put him away for attending such meetings. Maybe somebody else attacked him because they knew that he was participating in these meetings. He wasn't at the jail. Matthew in the letter says that he checked for Jack at the jail, and the same jail that we just went through, just rummaged through, and came up with nothing. So, another interesting piece to this Libertalia backstory.
Come on, Sam!
Is that thing steady?
Steady as anything else around here.
Oh, okay, so no. All right. Here I come. Nathan, got some more friends up ahead.
Aina.
Again,
This whole place is falling apart.
Pass up, mate.
more guys.
Over the edge. Hey, you ever done anything like this? Nah. Overthrown a couple of governments, looted villages. But this is something else.
Oh yeah, this is a real crazy experience. So you've overthrown governments. This is what this mercenary guy is saying. Oh, I've overthrown governments and everything else, but this is something else. Pfft. Perspective. Basically, same game plan going into this sort of shooting gallery sequence as the last. Try and silently take out as many of these guys as possible without being spotted. Get ourselves into a good position to gun the rest of them down. Ultimately, let's do this. Didn't look like there was as many guys as the last group that we encountered. Maybe only a patrol of 3 or 4 at most. We just took care of one. I don't even see any more, but we know there was a conversation happening, so there was at least 2 of them. Oh, there's a guy right up here. Oh, we got a trophy. Shh, sleep now. Ah, very, very fitting. That was a nice little takedown. Okay. I guess that's it, because Nate and Sam put their guns away. They no longer seem concerned at all about this potential mercenary threat. Good news.
Any news on Nadine? Yeah, some bridge collapsed. They're having to drive around the... I'll be here. Okay, gents, stay sharp. Let's keep this joint nice and tidy for the boss lady.
Right, it's not so much Rafe's men. I keep referring to these guys a lot as, you know, Rafe's men, and they are very much involved in Rafe. They're working really for Rafe, but Rafe and Nadine are really working together, and these men are really working under Nadine's mercenary running company. I mean, she's the one that runs the company that owns all these mercenaries. She just happens to be working with Rafe at the moment, and thus Rafe is sort of sharing resources with it. But I have a feeling that Rafe is with these mercs on this island. I think he's around, and I think Nadine rather might not be too far behind. So I expect to encounter them fairly soon as well, or at least spot them for the first time. We haven't really come across them in a while, but they're around for sure. They're here for the same reasons that we are. We want the wealth. And all these merc guys are told is, you know, if you see those two white dudes, here's the description of Nate and Sam, shoot them on sight. That's all these guys know to do.
Hey. What's that?
Little brother. Relay, out go! I can see you! Get back, son of a bitch!
Thanks.
Go team.
I think that's it.
For now. Just better keep moving.
Well, I asked for a little bit more action and excitement, and I certainly got it there. A little bit of teamwork between me and Sam to get the job done. Teamwork makes the dream work, am I right? That's what I've always been told anyways. We got some ammo.
Hey, Nathan, over here.
Oh, Sam has spotted something of importance. I'm coming. Gotta find my way over there. Ah.
Come on, ready?
Ready. All right.
Thanks.
We are met with some pretty spectacular views of the area once again. Truly picturesque and very realistic. Sometimes these great views are a little bit of an escape from all the violence happening in the game. That's what they feel like sometimes, no doubt. That's where I came from. I don't think we need to head back that way. There might have been some areas that...
Careful. It's a long way down.
Yeah, I see it.
Might have been some areas I didn't explore as much as I could have, but we've already found a few treasures. Let's move on.
Okay.
Oh, crap!
Whew. Watch that first step.
It's a doozy.
Yeah.
Ladder's busted in the middle.
We'll make do. Keep heading up. How you doing back there?
It's a hell of a view.
That was a little bit of a risky jump. This is a little bit of a tricky climb as we make our way sort of higher. Not really a place where you want to fall. Where's that treasury building we were looking at? I think this is it that we're actually coming upon right now.
Talk about a high dive.
Yeah, this is something even Ezio wouldn't do. So, where are we going from here, Sam? Because I don't really have much of a clue. So that's ultimately, I think, we've been working our way towards, that's the treasury there, right? That's the same building that we said a while back we were trying to get to. We have a picture of it here anyways. Yeah, in the distance, these weird, yeah, the roof is kind of odd shaped. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Oh, this building right in front of us is actually kind of like a part of it, I guess. It looks like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the treasury here. I don't even know anymore.
Okay. Now what?
Trust me and follow my lead, okay?
Another treasure. That's kind of a weird one. It looks almost like another little toy. That's a large bronze boar. We've missed 2 treasures since the last one I found. I did mention though that there was a couple areas that I didn't explore as much as I probably could have. But again, another one, that's the 4th one we found in this particular play so far. And more so than the treasures, the journal pages are more important to me. Those are those little pieces of paper and scripture and whatnot that we find and add to our journal. Like we stick them in there. And the sketches, finding those optional sketches and dialogue, to me that's more important than the treasures because that actually adds more to the story. But it is always nice tracking down as many treasures as possible. But as I've said, I think we've done a really, really good job of that so far. At the beginning, not so much, but lately we've done a much better job of sort of finding them, and we've actually found quite a few now that I go through the list. Let's have another little rundown of our statistics so far, just to kind of get an update of where we are at this point in the playthrough. We have spent 13 hours and 53 minutes total playing. We've spent over 2.5 hours standing still. Total time spent in the air, 17 minutes, 59 seconds. Time spent in cover, 36 minutes, 8 seconds. Whoa, just gonna skip down to the bottom here for no reason. Number of times cover was taken, 214. I've run 33 kilometers. I've climbed over 3 kilometers. And I have drove over 24 kilometers as well. I found in total 29 out of 109 treasures. Not bad. I'd be surprised if we find half of the treasures by the end of the game. Again, not really awful on a first playthrough of something. We've actually found, of all those journal entries that I was talking about, we found 15 out of 25. The journal notes, we found 8 out of 23. So those are the notes that you actually add to your journal. There's the optional conversations. We're already almost at half. So again, to me, that's more important than this one here, the total treasures. These 3 things are more important than the total treasures collected. Victory and defeat, checkpoints failed or restarted 20 times. It's not bad. Actually, maybe that is pretty bad for light difficulty. And then you get some really detailed statistics here in Uncharted 4 with hand-to-hand combat, gun combat. Hey, my accuracy with a gun is 50%. That's pretty darn good if I remember my days from playing COD. Enemies defeated using run and gun. I love how they break everything down for you. Again, another feature I always adore about video games, when they break down your statistics. Japanese RPGs are great at that. Yeah, I'm specifically thinking about the Tales of series. I'm playing Tales of Systeria right now, obviously, and there's a whole statistics page there as well, where it kind of breaks down your playing habits, your style. It even takes it a step further in that game by giving you different comments and feedback based on your specific stats, which is kind of cool. But still, Uncharted 4, good job in this area. So I actually thought this was the way that we were going to have to go, but it appears this is a dead end. That would explain why there was a treasure. It must be this way instead. Ah. Aha.
So, do all of that then?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe using the grappling hook so much in Uncharted 4 will get me ready for swinging around the city as Spider-Man when I do my Marvel Spider-Man playthrough. Lord knows I'll be doing a lot of swinging there. Oh, shoot.
Definitely in the high-rent district now.
Not residential, though. I think some kind of administration building?
Probably. Maybe Libertalia had a zoning committee.
Yeah. Maybe they paid taxes.
Who knows?
The folks who resided here in Libertalia are almost made out to be like these mythical beings who lived much different lives from the rest of the world. In reality, they were just a group of people who wanted to sort of remain autonomous from the world, and you know, they were in specific a bunch of rich pirates, and they pooled all their money together and built this idea of paradise. And, you know, did everything by their own rules. But a lot of the traditions and history of this place is not much different from, you know, the history or traditions you would find from any other place from the same time frame. So it just feels like a lost city from the 1700s, or maybe even old, or well, I guess it would be about the 16 or 1700s if it was Avery's era. I think we're talking late 1600s, early 1700s, something like that. Nate and Sam kind of joking that this is obviously the rich district now, based on, I don't know, maybe the grand staircase. This was obviously like a mansion at some point. You can tell by some of the decor, even the candlesticks. It's all like gold plated and stuff like
Nothing
that.
up here.
So actually another dead end at the top of the stairs again. I wasn't really expecting that. I thought this was the way we would have to go. We'll have to figure out what the plan is. Wow. Who put that candlestick there? Can also go up the stairs this way.
No way through up here either.
Look at these materials. Place must have
Another
taken
one.
years and years to build.
Now with great piles of money.
Comes no responsibility or restraint, apparently. Ish.
Yeah, well, money can't buy taste.
If they spent all this money building a place so grand, how much money out of this supposed pirate fortune is actually still left? That's why I kind of feel like the fortune is all in the property and what they built, not actual physical cash or goods. You're looking at the money right now.
Holy crap.
Well, I see our missing colonists. Some of them, anyway.
Jesus. Cannons, improvised barricades? What the hell happened here?
Some kind of battle.
It's a rhetorical question. Real question is who's fighting who? Why?
Missing
Some of
colonists.
these bodies, dressed a bit more fancy, look like soldiers.
So it was the colonists versus the soldiers.
And if that's the treasury up there,
It appears someone was trying to make a withdrawal,
yeah, let's just hope they didn't succeed.
right?
So I guess, there were colonists here, invited, I suppose, by the pirates, but they were like the leaders? I don't know if I have the right understanding of this, but somebody wanted their investment out of this place, and I guess they started to revolt, and it basically became the soldiers versus the people, and we can all see based on this scene who won. But again, I'm still not entirely clear on the breakdown of what happened here and how it all went down. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Honestly, trying to do my best just to not disturb the corpses. I haven't seen a bloodbath so bad since Call of Duty World at War. Feels like a war zone. Check it out. And they did write a new journal entry about this. You can see the barricades put up. So again, they're saying if this is the treasury and people were attacking the treasury, they must have wanted the money. That's why they were saying somebody wanted a withdrawal. But what would make all these colonists suddenly want out of this place? This was supposed to be paradise. There's something just really kind of fishy going on here. It's been that way for a while. Nate picked up on it. I've mentioned that, you know, certain aspects of this definitely don't seem as proper as they should. Hopefully we can pull some answers together here. Just covering all my bases. Exploring once again. If it ever looks like I'm exploring the same place twice, I'm not. I just have a way of systematically exploring things to try and cover as much ground as possible. I use it in a lot of games. I like to get the full picture on what's happening. Man, all the way up to the front steps of the treasury, there's still tons of dead bodies here. Tons of barricades. Is this how it all ended? Oh, there's another treasure. Kind of just ran into that one. Alright, I guess we'll continue up into the treasury.
Man, this is impressive.
To say the least.
Here we go.
Or not. You wanna give me a hand?
Yeah.
It's empty.
Of course it is.
You think Rafe?
No. Nothing's been touched in here for hundreds of years.
Right. Well, search for clues?
Yeah. Search for clues.
Okay, so we've made it to the treasury. I mean, ultimately, our goal here is to we're no longer active sort of treasure hunters. Nate is sort of retired out of the game. The only reason we went on this particular adventure and treasure hunt was because of the whole backstory with our brother getting involved with Hector Alcazar, who's threatened his life if he doesn't find this $400 million treasure that Sam told him about while he was cellmates with him in a Panamanian jail. Stupid, I know. But Alcazar is like, hey, if you don't actually find this treasure once I break you out, when he suddenly breaks Sam out, you know, I'm going to kill you. And so now Sam has dragged Nate into this because he knows how good of a treasure hunter Nate is. And so we've been working together all this point to free him to find this treasure. Maybe we'll get something out of it. We actually follow all the clues through all those different areas we went through: the Scottish Highlands, Madagascar, Kings Bay, these couple of islands that we've been all around now, and we finally actually find Libertalia. We've just thoroughly explored Libertalia. We know it's a thing. We identify a building that we think is the treasury. We get here finally. Grand architecture. This place was obviously built with a lot of money. I mean, there are some residential districts, you know, that are a little bit more quaint, but it would have, nonetheless, this whole area would have taken a lot of time and money to build, a lot of heads put together, and a lot of powerful heads, and we know that there were 12 pirates involved. But at the same time, there's obviously a lot of fishy stuff going on here. We get to the treasury. It appears to be empty. Going into chapter 15 here, we have to start off by looking for clues. So maybe, we're just not seeing it. Maybe there's something else going on here. There's more to it. Maybe we'll find some more clues and the treasure will be revealed. Hopefully, and hopefully Rafe hasn't already got it. But definitely there's some mystery here. We heard of colonists disappearing. We saw the jail and some of the archaic methods of dealing with rogue colonists earlier. So they had a real society built here, but we don't know what exactly went on within that society, and what was going on between the soldiers and the colonists and these 12 pirate leaders who really led this so-called paradise. There's definitely some fishy stuff going on, though, and we really don't have the full picture yet. We've got bits and pieces, like I said, we have colonists disappearing. We have outside the treasury that big battle scene with a bunch of dead colonists and soldiers and blockades. So obviously there was an argument at one point out front of the treasury. There's just a lot of stuff that we can't really put our finger on just yet. We can't really identify the facts just yet, but I know that we'll get there, and I'm excited to see what happens here. A little bit shorter than some of our other videos. Actually, okay, maybe not. Again, that was largely an exploration-based level, where they just give you a large area and you're sort of traversing it and just doing sort of general exploration, finding treasures and notes and having optional conversations, and that's cool and all, but I'm still waiting for this game to pop off. We've had little bits and pieces where poop has hit the fan, but I'm still waiting for the intensity to go off the charts. And again, no pun intended, off the charts. Uncharted. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I'm still kind of waiting for that moment, and it always happens in Uncharted. There's always been a point of the game where it just feels like it pops off, and just don't feel like we've done that yet. There's been a lot of open-ended, large exploration levels in Uncharted 4 so far, and then little action sequences kind of dispersed throughout, but I'm just waiting for that bang moment, and I have a feeling it is on the way and quickly. Next time it'll be chapter 15, The Thieves of Libertalia. I wonder what that could mean. Again, we could only speculate at this point, but we will find out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns about my playthrough of Uncharted 4, or basically anything else going on in the world right now. I'm not going to discriminate, especially when it comes to your feelings. I think I've saved. I think I've checked like 3 times now. Today is the 19th, right? All right, sweet. Can confirm. Hope life is going well. Hope all is going well. Of course, with the pandemic and everything, all the craziness going on in the world, make sure you stay safe. And I will see ya for part 15, chapter 15 of Uncharted 4: Thief's End. From all of us here at Sweetfish Plays,